Blockbuster series, something that I kind of kind of a little excited for.
Yeah.
If you know, Netflix obviously beat out Blockbuster in real life. Netflix then had the Blockbuster doc called The Last Blockbuster that they were able to pick up during the pandemic. Kind of weird because, they're kind of to blame to it to a degree. They then get the Blockbuster TV series. I don't know, man. Part of it feels like a backhanded compliment, a backhanded kind of flex that
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is doing. On the second part, there's a lot of heart that they could put into this, and it's not that hard to do a show that's about community and people coming together and is a sitcom, and you have a whole slew of cast that you've had on Netflix, so you know what jokes like algorithmically this should be the easiest put together show,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels algorithmically put together. It feels
Yeah.
like you took 10 different sitcoms, figured what the most effective ratio of the funniest character is there, and then forgot that they only work in the context of that
Mm-hmm.
sitcom and that audience, decided let's just shove them all in together. Everyone is just one bit. Hi, I'm the manager who got divorced and trying to be with somebody. Hi, I'm the
Mm-hmm.
character who went to Harvard and want to be somebody. Hi, I'm the other guy's daughter. You saw some of it, right?
I watched the first three, and then I kind of had the rest of the series on in the background because I feel like I made my decision on whether or not this was a show for
Yeah.
me.
What's this
Um,
kid? We're here from American Vandal. What's him?
oh,
What are his
he's
two
the
traits?
cinephile. So of course he cares about great horror movies like Dracula from 1979 and The Slender Man and Scary Movie
Yeah.
2. Like that's another thing is that I, I feel like they sort of wrote for this idea hoping that like, oh, this is a show about people who love movies, so we have to show our love for movies, but like clearly they don't love movies that much because
Like
they're
that.
they spend most of the time either making fun of bad movies or just doing weird
Hot
references
takes.
to extremely popular ones. Like
Yes.
it's just like not for the type of humor it's going for. It's extreme. Like I don't think it's gonna work for people who don't care about movies, and for people who care about movies,
It's
we
gonna work
know they're
less.
wrong. So, I don't know. It's very sitcom, like
It
network
is.
sitcom level humor. And I forgot how much I don't like network sitcoms for the most part because it's so broad and so like it's so like ham-fisted in its approach. Everybody's trying so hard to like say, oh, that's just like, and then weird pop culture reference. And the
Forced.
characters are just not written in a way that feels like it works. Olga Merediz in particular,
No, they did her dirty.
amazing in The Heights. Like we know she's a very talented actress. I don't think anybody who wrote her lines has spoken to an elderly woman before. Like they're writing her like she's some wise cracking teenager or something, but who also is a homebody. It's like
Quite possibly the worst written character that they've had on Netflix in a minute. And you are
yeah,
right. It hurts more because we like her. The whole
yeah,
sitcom feel hurts more because this is Netflix post the Blockbuster era. You know how to not fall into that. Randall Park has made jokes for Marvel series where he knows how to get ahead of the cringe. My man is drowning it in here. I don't know what to do. There was a movie that came out at TIFF called I Like Movies. They also shouted out the producers from the last Blockbuster series who are also producers on this.
mm,
I would recommend what we had brought up at Sundance as a more authentic, cringe in the right way possible
right,
perspective of this. I'm very disappointed with it, man. My joke
yeah,
to you was gladly we don't have Blockbusters and I don't have to go rent it there because if you remember back in the day, the seasons would come in different DVDs. The episodes for one season would come
yeah,
in DVDs. I would have never gone back to finish the other part, and I'm still
no,
like technically 2 episodes to finish it. But hey,
yeah,
watch the doc if you haven't. Wait for this
yeah.
movie. I Like Movies if you haven't. Very similar. They didn't get the Blockbuster
Mm-hmm.
name for this though, and I think honestly, I think that helps more. It look ugly, bro. I don't know why I had a problem with this. Why they got like the Blockbuster logo on both their nipples? Like, shouldn't it just be on one?
Yeah, shouldn't that just be the title of the series? Is like the
Yeah.
Blockbuster logo or something?
Ah. It's
Yeah, it all doesn't really work. I also kind of feel like maybe the premise of they are the last Blockbuster works
doesn't
better for
add
like
anything.
a broad sitcom, but the Blockbuster that we all love and remember and have nostalgia for is one from before the streaming age. I'm surprised they didn't just make this a period piece.
Right? They should. Well, and again, another reason why I like movies works so much better.
Yeah,
I will leave you with one little Easter egg. I don't know if you noticed there was one, blank on her name from Brooklyn 911, where
sure.
she actually opens up a copy of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it would make sense because it's produced by NBC Universal and all of the DVDs in the store are also
Or
NBC
NBC Universe.
Universal
They
DVDs.
just can't keep the
Like,
posters.
yeah, it's one of those shows that has like 10 jokes every minute, but most of them are bad. I will give them credit that I did laugh when somebody said you live with roommates, and Randall Park's response was roommate. Greg is still missing.
And you wish that they would focus more on those jokes
Yes.
than the other one. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe if it gets if it gets picked up for a second season, they can find their groove because it's not
Maybe.
bad actors. They've all been really
Yeah.
funny in their
We love the
respective
cast.
things. That's another reason why we came to it. But
Yeah.
so far, at least for the season one, it's a binge in the background for me.